Hi, welcome to The Good with Dr. Joe. This is Dr. Joe.
Hello, guys. Hello. Sorry, we're a little running late today. It's because of the war in Ukraine. Sorry. All right, so it's 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And what's happening in London?
It is happy hour, 5 p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m. it is. All right, so that's time to go home. Welcome to our podcast. We bring you live every Wednesday at 12 noon. We try to find whatever good is going on with whatever you are going through right now. There's always something positive in whatever is going on. First of all, I want to welcome all the way from Brazil. She was vacationing in Brazil. Welcome back. This is Miss Laura Millennium.
Oh my gosh, I knew he was going to say it.
Dias Langamaha.
No. Almost 25. I'm almost 25. Not baby.
I will screw up the name. But anyway, welcome back. It's good to have you.
It's great to be back.
So this is where you find us. We're on where? We're on YouTube.
iHeartRadio.
You gotta do this. iHeartRadio. Come on, you gotta do this. iHeartRadio.
Oh,
We're on iHeartRadio. We're on YouTube,
Instagram.
Spotify,
Apple,
Facebook.
Google,
Everywhere.
Amazon,
Did I miss any?
Spotify. We are everywhere.
everywhere.
To find us, just hashtag the good with Dr. Joe. Today we're going to be talking about some really, really serious issues going on. We have the war in Ukraine, which I'm really, really pissed off about. And then we're also going to talk about some fun stuff, about leprechauns. And you can see Miss Veronica today is wearing green. Laura.
They finally introduced me.
I tried.
My name is Veronica. I am.
Hey, I've been called 3 different names so far.
So you remember? You
Leprechaun.
remember our co-host Veronica? And the reason this is happening is because of the war in Ukraine. We blame everything on the war in Ukraine. So that's
called
what
3
could
different
have
names.
So
Actually,
thank you.
we're just excited to have Laura.
Thank you, Miss Veronica, for
Even though Dr.
coming.
Joe
No
Really?
has
problem.
forgotten my name.
Really, really appreciate that.
No problem.
So that is what is happening today. So she has a ton of information about what we're wearing green today,
Yes.
Leprechaun, St. Patrick's Day, and all of that. And then we'll run everything up with Women's Day. It's Women's Day. We just celebrated that
Today's
today.
Women's Day?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, so we celebrated
I
that.
missed that.
And then also we are going to be looking at a few tips on how to be prepared for the unexpected in business. All right, so over to you. So we'll start with the war in Ukraine. So, Laura.
Yeah, I'll start with my point of view.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the worst, then go on to the good. But this beginning is my point of view on just a little paragraph I wrote up. What I have found recently on Russia's invasion Ukraine is just mind blowing. Not to mention the disgusting way the world feels is right to treat one another. And also the treatment to our one and only beautiful planet, as well as everyone who has ever lived through these desperate times, watching the parts of our world crumble away before our eyes.
What I've always said is that war is not fun. That's what we said. No more wars.
Yes.
Now, we saw what happened in Afghanistan. After 20 years in Afghanistan, the U.S. came back without really achieving anything. And then even before then, Russia was also in Afghanistan,
Yes.
and they were also kicked out. So I don't know what it is that you're looking for in wars. But the only one good thing is that the Ukrainian people have been so strong. They have been really, really resisting and fighting back.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually even have the fact that the whole world is supporting Ukraine right now.
Yes.
Even I would have loved them to do some more instead of just supporting by your mouth.
Right.
At least do something tangible. But anyway, yeah.
I came across something that Google Maps actually, took off,
Russia.
Ukraine, their pathways and everything, so that I guess Russia was using to get in there to access certain parts of where they were were planning their attacks, and Google Maps completely blacked out Ukraine on the map.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That was wrong for Russia to be using Google
GPS.
Yeah, that was meant for something
Google
good.
Earth, it's Google Earth.
Yeah,
and
Google
it showed
Earth.
live updates of where the congestion, and I guess they were able to see the tanks and them
Wow. So that's not good. Well, we thank you for doing that. The president of Ukraine just addressed the joint session of lawmakers in the UK. So there's been a lot of support from world leaders, but it's just that they don't have enough to fight the mighty army that Russia is.
Yeah, Russia's huge. And Russia's been building this,
And then the other thing was that the Ukrainian people really were not prepared. They were not expecting. As a businessman, you're a business person.
you never expect stuff like that.
You're a business person. You are a mother. You are a wife. You always learn to prepare for the unexpected. If you want to succeed in anything you do, there must be a little allowance, a little planning for the unexpected. I know a few people criticize Ukraine a little bit that, Russia was amassing, troops there for weeks.
Yes,
The US was warning for months.
I mean, even if you just look at the size of Russia on the map compared to any other continent or country, it's huge. So that doesn't surprise me that they have much more manpower.
My thing is this: I think Ukraine would have done a whole lot better if they were a little more prepared.
Yes.
If
they actually believed they were going to be invaded, because they actually said Russia does this to us all the time. They mess with us all the time.
Yeah.
But at the rate that they started moving in their troops and their armies, I mean, they should have been.
It's just, and they also were tricked. Also, they kept saying. In fact, I think Russia president tricked the whole world. Because he kept saying they weren't going to do it, they weren't going to do it, they weren't going to, and eventually did it. Well, now, somebody's asking, can NATO send troops to assist Ukrainian people?
I actually heard something about that.
Okay, go ahead. You have something to say about that? Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, while you're pulling that out.
I do have something on that, though.
While you're pulling that out, I would say a yes and a no. So they can send if they feel that any NATO member country is going to be threatened or affected one way or the other by the war, then they can send. But because Ukraine, and I say no, because Ukraine is not a member of the NATO.
Okay.
Because Ukraine is not a member of the NATO, that's why NATO don't want to really do anything now because they're like a sideline. But I don't really care whether Ukraine is a member of NATO or not. But how can people just sit there
and let people be destroyed
and just watch another bully destroy another country
just to take it over?
Yes.
I mean, how much money do you need? How much property do you need?
It's never enough.
How much of whatever it is Putin wants?
But
power.
These worldly things are never enough.
But you're destroying everything anyway. So you're going to destroy it, and then you have
to rebuild
it and start rebuilding again. It doesn't make no sense.
I actually found that paragraph.
Yes, go ahead. Read it.
About the question.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
Ukraine is only going to be getting worse in the days ahead, barring sudden breakthroughs in negotiations between Putin and
Zelensky, that's the president of Ukraine.
Governments for a ceasefire. Casualties will rise rapidly on both sides as the conflict enters a phase of urban sieges and more indiscriminate shelling and higher civilian casualties. Slowing or perhaps even stalemating the Russian war machine is a matter of extreme urgency. As Russian forces target population centers, a war of attrition will ensue as they attempt to inflict escalated destruction. Putin will want this carnage to break the back of the resistance and create leverage for concessions, including a guarantee that Ukraine remain a neutral state, reduced its armed forces to a level acceptable to Russia, and promise it will never join NATO.
So that's part of the problem. You see,
and then it says, what is the U.S. role?
It's a NATO is a member. U.S. is a member of NATO. So the problem with NATO going there is actually part of the cause of the problem, because Russia, for whatever reason, doesn't want Ukraine to join NATO. I don't know what type of reason he has for that your neighbor country, your neighbor can do what they want to do. I don't understand that. So I think we need to take this back to the United Nations. This needs to be taken back to the United Nations. I don't know what's going on, but no country can just wake up and then attack another country.
Well-
let us know if that live feed from London is available, and then we'll take it out. We'll hear what Zelensky had to talk to them at the parliament. If we have that live from London feed, we're going to take that. So I don't understand that.
It's like, it reminds me back of, like, when the Holocaust days,
And,
Hitler-
and as you can see, it's affecting everyone.
everyone.
And it's going to affect us from bottom to top.
Yeah, because
And our economy,
We're seeing
you're seeing it fluctuate face hand immediate in the fuel.
Mhm.
You're seeing that in the
Oh,
fuel, but that's going to eventually trickle into the whole realm of our society
Oh, yeah.
because fuel is what delivers our life. Our planes, our trains,
it's
our buses,
we're sending
you
over, like,
everything that we
military
live by
equipment,
travels
too. Yeah.
from something
Unique,
of
yes.
this arrangement. So we're already in an
Unique.
establishment
and we
um,
are in the last
predicament
days.
now from the containers still sitting out there.
Yeah, and the
And
ships.
so now it will be, they've been sitting out there, and the product that was sitting out there
For months.
was
Mm-hmm.
$1,
Mhm.
and now it's done sat out there till it's $4.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah, but this has been sitting, like, since, we've been called
Right,
like,
but what I'm saying
since
is
when
with the
COVID hit,
Ukraine,
and
everything is going
is
to get just even higher.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
even the fact that COVID brought with it its own inflation.
Mm-hmm.
After
Yes.
COVID, we
Yes.
have to
Yes.
deal with inflation,
Yes.
and now here's another additional inflation coming from war. And one of our viewers, Dr. Martins, thank you for that information. He is saying that Ukraine actually applied for membership 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that is true because NATO was already preparing
Mm-hmm.
the Ukraine army up to the standard of NATO before they formally get them in. But what I'm saying is that UN needs to do something right now because it makes no sense for any country to just wake up and attack a different country without provocation.
It reminds me, I think back a lot, like, there's this question, I remember, like, to the T, one of my friends asked me, a close friend of mine in elementary, or middle school, how do you kill 100,000 people and get away with it? And I'm like, I don't know. Bomb them. And then and she's like, no, persuasion. Like Hitler, the power of persuasion. He led people to believe that they were doing the right thing. He made them, so he's got his whole country and all these, he's built up this army and he's built up these plans and, he's persuading these people into thinking that, like, whatever their plan is, that's what is right, that's going to solve their problems,
All right. Oh, no live. Okay, no live feed yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about. Once we get the live feed, we'll bring that in. Let's go and talk about a little bit about the green and St. Patrick's, and we'll call on Miss Veronica to tell us what's going on with that.
All right. Well, this is where I come in at. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fun Fact Day of Let's Get Ready for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
guess
Let's
what?
do it.
I've got me a little friend here to help me.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun trivia.
Yes.
The green ball.
We're going to play a little bit of St. Patrick's Day trivia.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to start it off. All right.
Let's do it. Yeah.
What was St. Patrick's Day originally meant to celebrate?
Was it to...
It was no alcohol. I can tell you that.
It wasn't his birthday.
It was the
I
alcohol.
think it was to celebrate the introduction of Christianity into Ireland.
Yes,
And-
in the 5th century.
Let's say that loud and clear. Those people are going to party and drink. Let's see.
She's got
This is
the
what
whole-
it's supposed to be. Please say it clear, loud.
Was a day honoring St. Patrick for introducing Christianity to Ireland in the 5th century.
Christianity in
When
Ireland,
I don't know.
not
I don't-
beer.
Yes.
It's Christianity in Ireland, okay?
That's what St. Patty's was first
I
originally
don't know when the
meant
5th century
for.
was.
Okay. All right, my next one. What mythological being is part of St. Patrick's Day and lore of its Irish culture?
I don't know.
You don't know. He was messing with us earlier.
Huh?
The leprechaun.
Oh, leprechaun. Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
remember? Came over here and made the
Okay,
cheer
okay,
small.
okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Little
Leprechaun,
people.
The little people, like the
Okay.
fairies on
Little
All right.
people. Do you have any trivia, Laura?
Okay, according to Irish legend, St. Patrick's changed his name to Patricius
Yes.
after becoming a priest. What was his name at birth?
I know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maywin Sakat.
I would
Okay.
change my name too.
Okay, it was good to change the name. That
I couldn't even pronounce that.
yeah, that was good. Changing the name. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good. I would like that,
So, what year did St. Patrick's Day went from being a strictly holy day for Catholics to an official Irish holiday? What year?
1903.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got that one.
I think you have.
All right. I got one for you. Up until the 1970s, what used to be closed in Ireland
Pubs,
on St. Patrick's Day?
bars, where they drink.
Yep.
The pubs.
They weren't even open.
The Irish
What?
pubs.
They weren't even open.
Wow.
They were closed.
Wow.
Wait till
Isn't
you
that something?
Listen.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I got another one for you that has to do with your question. Well, they'll answer your your amazement to
go ahead.
this. Even though it's a big drinking day now, St. Patrick's Day used to be a dry holiday up until what decade?
When do y'all think we changed it to where we want to drink beer?
I don't know.
When do you think they opened pubs?
I don't know.
Oh,
Take a
let's
guess.
try 1970.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Baby boomers.
Yeah.
Is that baby
That was before I was born.
Oh my God. Yeah. We need to go back to the old days, man. We'll go back to the old days.
Yeah, I wish I was born in like
Yeah.
the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
I was actually in middle school.
Wow.
I'm a hippie. I should have been born in the 70s.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Love, not war.
Yes.
You got a question?
Okay. Yes, I do. St. Patty's Day is celebrated annually on March 17th, which is the anniversary of what?
Not his birthday, his death.
That is correct.
Mm.
Yep, we would
And
have
a lot of
thought that
holidays.
most holidays
are
are celebrated on the
Birthday.
birth,
I see.
and this one is celebrated on the death.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay. All right. The most popular drink to have on St. Patty's Day is Guinness. How many pints? You start to paint after you pint these. Yeah. How many pints are served on St. Patty's
You
Day?
need help reading that?
Not just a little bit. I've had a pint.
Wow.
I've had mine too.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Where's mine? 13 million, approximately 13 million pints.
Wow.
A beer.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
I don't even like
Mhm.
beer.
Yeah. To go from not open
Mm.
to widely open.
To
that's
filled in landfill, the trash, all them cans probably. The
Mhm.
3-leaved shamrocks are believed to be used by St. Patrick to explain what?
The Holy Trinity.
You see?
Isn't that something?
You see? So
Yeah.
we have to figure out a way to bring this back. You know, I don't like the idea of people just taking a good intention
Yeah.
thing and just flip it and just make it.
misconception.
Yeah, just make it something really, really completely opposite.
Yeah, like
you know?
Easter and Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something to
Yeah.
end our St. Patrick's Day trivia with.
Yeah.
Until next week,
Yeah,
I want to tell you in 2020,
Yeah.
the St. Patrick's Day parade was canceled.
Mm.
And it was the first time it had ever been canceled in 250 years.
What about
Wow.
last year and this year? Is it going?
Yes, it's going now.
Yeah, because we're happy that COVID, just a little
Yes.
bit of COVID, we're happy that COVID is going down.
Subsiding,
Abolished
in
yes.
So you can see that we're still doing everything we can, you know, to maintain the status of
Mhm.
trending down to COVID.
Yes.
Wearing our mask, you know, so with a mask, keep our 6 feet distance, still wash your hands. I think I'm going to stick with my my mask.
I took
Yeah.
mine
I'm not
off.
used
I
to
took
it.
mine off.
I'm going to
That's
stick to
okay.
it. Yeah, it works. And by the way, we couldn't get
Show
that
your
live
beauty.
feed from London, but I want us to pray for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Pray for peace over there. Thank you, Mr. Faye. Somebody said that the reason that Russia is attacking is because he's thinking that NATO is going to be stationed in
Ukraine?
Ukraine.
Mhm.
So, but what's your problem anyway if NATO is stationed in Ukraine? Why don't you mind your own business, Putin? Mind your business and stay in Russia and do your. If you want to join, if you want to join NATO, why did you apply to join NATO? If that's your problem, what is it? You know,
Doesn't
I
want
feel
to.
like
I'm really upset about this. You know, I don't know what I don't know how to share my. You know, I wish I could go over there and fight. You know, but I don't think I can do that. You know, so I'm probably too old for that.
I feel
You
like
know, so but you know, let's pray for them. That's what we can do now. Let's pray for them. Let's do whatever we can do to support Ukraine. Let's not buy anything from Russia right now. Any Russian-made thing, let's boycott. Let's boycott Russia product for now.
Yes.
You know,
boycott. Yeah.
yes, let's boycott
Yes.
and let's support them. You know. So, but anyway, thank you guys for joining. This is the Good with Dr. Joe. Any last word?
Yeah, we would love to hear from all of our viewers on your point of view of what, you know, what's going on in the world, what you think.
Yeah,
you know?
go to our YouTube page
And
and comment. Yeah. All right, so go out to YouTube, like our YouTube page, and this is where you find us. We're on YouTube, we're on
Spotify.
iHeartRadio.
Instagram,
Facebook.
iHeartRadio, Facebook, Instagram.
Apple,
Google.
everywhere.
We're everywhere.
The
And,
Good with
Everywhere.
Dr.
and
Joe.
to find us, hashtag the Good with Dr. Joe. Thank you for joining. See you next week, Wednesday, 12 noon.
Have a blessed week.
Love God, love people.
Love, not war.
La vista.